This is the Highly Sensitive Club, episode number 58. Have you been told you're too sensitive, too dramatic, or too much? Do you have big feelings and deep thoughts you don't always know what to do with? I'm Linn, a certified life coach and highly sensitive person. I've helped dozens of highly sensitive clients feel more energized, more confident, and more in control of their high sensitivity. In these episodes, you'll get the information and inspiration to level up your life as a highly sensitive person too. Welcome to the Highly Sensitive Club. Hello there, highly sensitive person, and welcome to this week's episode of the Highly Sensitive Club. I am fired up about this topic. I have been wanting to talk about it for a couple of weeks, and I already had things scheduled and things I wanted to talk about, and I have some new interviews coming up, but today is the day to talk about belief and possibility. I am stoked about this topic because I have been learning about it. I've been incorporating it. I've been using it in my coaching practice. It works. But in order for it to be consistent, if you can believe in yourself and believe in possibility consistently, that is when things start to happen. If you have been listening to the podcast for a while, you know I have talked a lot about why getting out of the productivity trap is so important for highly sensitive people. The short version is that we as highly sensitive people take in a lot of information and a lot of input throughout the day. And when we take in too much information, we get overstimulated, we often freeze or we avoid and distract ourselves. Sometimes busy work itself can be a distraction away from difficult emotions, from deciding what we really want, and for taking productive action that puts us a little bit outside of our comfort zone and feels more risky. Those are the things that actually move you towards your dreams and help you build trust in yourself. The more busy work you're doing, the more you're actually distracting yourself from the things that could really make a difference in your life. And I have found for myself and for my clients that the only difference between someone who's taking a bunch of action and not getting anywhere and completely spinning their wheels and someone who's taking a lot of action and really getting results is their beliefs. It has to come from this aligned place within you. It's not enough to just think the thoughts because we can try and trick ourselves all day long. We believe that it could be possible for someone else. We know that people are finding the loves of their lives. They're finding beautiful friendships that are deeply connecting. They're making $10,000 months, or they're starting businesses, or they're changing jobs and changing careers. We know that all of that is possible for other people, but a lot of times we don't think about that for ourselves. We know that we have skills. We know we have gifts. We know in a logical sense that our high sensitivity can help us in so many ways. But a lot of us don't actually believe that in a core level that's really aligned with your integrity, aligned with your emotions, and aligned with your soul and your spirit. When you are actually able to feel the thoughts in your body, create sensations around them, that is when you know you're in alignment and you can take action that will create the results that you want. Anytime you are taking a bunch of action and it's not getting you anywhere, there are beliefs that you need to address. Maybe one of them, because I hear this a lot, is I don't want to waste my time. I want to get this right the first time. I have to decide what the best option is or the optimal version is before I get into it so that I don't have to waste any of my time, my energy, or my money. This idea that you're going to be wasting something and that you're not allowed to make mistakes, you're not allowed to try and experiment with things, you're not allowed to fail and get back up again, or something has gone wrong. This is one of those core beliefs that I work on with my clients. And when they get through that, they actually make traction. They actually post on LinkedIn. They actually submit the job application. They actually have that hard conversation that they have been avoiding for weeks or months with their partner or with their colleague or with their boss or with their parent, whatever it is. It's the belief that I'm not allowed to mess this up. I have to do it right the first time. Or the idea that I have so many options, there are too many to choose from, I can't decide. So you become overwhelmed and you don't make decisions. This is another big one for highly sensitive people. I see this all the time with my clients. I have so many options and I want to know I'm picking the right one. You can't guarantee that you're going to get exactly what you expect from any course or book or show that you're buying. But you can guarantee that you are going to show up and you're going to get something really valuable out of it. I just had a coaching session yesterday with a client who was trying to pick between different courses. And after she got into a place of belief that she can create her own opportunities, she knew exactly which of the programs she wanted to buy, and she knew exactly why she wanted to buy it. Because not only was she going to get value from learning the techniques that the program taught, but she was also going to get a ton of value out of being in the space with a female entrepreneur who has the values that she wants to embody in her business. This is a big deal. When you tap into that part of you that believes I create opportunities, I can get something great out of this. You no longer believe that you're going to be wasting your time or wasting your money or wasting your energy because you decide ahead of time what you're going to get out of the experience. Then you go in looking for it and creating it for yourself. I had this worker mentality that the more I do, then the more I will have, and then I get to be the person I want to be. It wasn't until recently that I slowed down after my car accident in August. I took a beat and I really stopped and evaluated and got deep on what is working and what's not working. The big thing that was getting in my way was not believing in myself and not believing that I had exactly what you need to help you. You don't have to work with me. There are so many great coaches out there in the world. There are so many great people who are creating wonderful content, who are talking about high sensitivity, who are out there in the world contributing to the conversation. I am just one of those contributors. But I believe that I know what your experience is like because I experience it every day and I work with clients who experience it every day as well. A lot of my mentees, because I am a coach who teaches other coaches how to coach well, a lot of my mentees do the same thing. They are also highly sensitive and trying to figure out how can I help people in this deep and meaningful way. This is what I do. This is what I teach. This is exactly how I help my highly sensitive clients. This is the secret for you. If you don't believe that something is truly possible for you, then you will not follow through on it. I have been following Stacey Bayman for the last year, and I have learned so much from her about the value of coaching through how to sell in a clean and unattached way. I love her program, 2K for 2K. It's amazing. I have told all of my coach friends about it. Some of them have joined. It is incredible. One of the things that she said that took me months to actually sink in is the process of belief. I'm going to borrow and summarize her 3-part process for belief because it's really powerful. You get the juice of it here. The first part is impossibility. This is when you don't actually believe that something is possible. So you sort of dip your toe into taking action. You might try a few things. You might have a conversation here and there. You might hop on social media and put up a post asking for the thing that you want, but then you tend to run away and you hide and you go back into your comfort zone. And I know this well because I have been there. I work on this regularly still, and my clients have been there and I help them with it too. This is not something that goes away. You don't become a perfect, highly sensitive person who stops working on your brain and developing yourself. You just get better at it over time. When you're in impossibility, you're very attached to the how of doing things. Well, tell me the right answer. Somebody just tell me what to do. How am I supposed to do this? What's the right way? That belief that you're going to be wasting your time until you have the right answer, all of that is living in impossibility. It's really coming from a place of scarcity, that something is not available to you, that you have to control the situation, that you have to force things to go the way that you want them to go and expect them to go. Impossibility will slow you down. I know this because it has slowed me down. There have been several months over the course of the last couple of years where I haven't had new clients coming in. And it's scary to tell you that because I want to present the idea that I know what I'm doing, and I do. The problem wasn't that I didn't know what I was doing. The problem wasn't that I am not a great coach because I know I am, and I get feedback about it all the time. The problem was I wasn't believing that it was possible for me. And I didn't know what that gap was. I thought I was believing. I was thinking logically that I could do all the things I wanted to do, that I could bring in more clients, that I could help people, but I wasn't bringing in the amount of clients that I wanted. And now, as I'm working on possibility, as I'm being in belief all the time, clients are coming out of the woodwork. It is bonkers. I have shocked myself by how fast this happens. Then I take it into my client sessions because a lot of times my clients don't believe in themselves either. And they don't know that they don't believe in themselves. They don't know that they aren't believing in the possibility. As long as I can believe for them and show them the vision, then they start to believe that it's possible. If there is something that you want that you don't have, and I have described some of these indicators that you're in impossibility, this is probably resonating for you hard. I relate. I am here for you. I get it. And there is an answer. The next step is possibility. You go from impossibility to just the possibility. I'm going to combine this with another technique that I like to refer to as a thought bridge. If you're on one side of the river and you need to get to the other side of the river, there's the bridge that connects the two sides so that you don't have to go swimming or wading through the water. On the current side is your current beliefs that are not working for you. On the other side are the beliefs you want to believe, but they're just a little bit far out of your reach. The bridge thoughts are all of the thoughts, all of the steps that are going to get you from one side to the other. Believing in possibility brings in these bridge thoughts that will help you get from point A to point B. So for instance, if you are trying to lose weight, because this is a common one, and your current thoughts are, I hate my body. I can't believe I've done this to myself. I'm so guilty. I should be taking care of myself. These thoughts are not serving you. They are probably making you want to go to the pantry right now and get some chocolate or have a snack. On the other side, you might want to think, I take great care of my body. I am so healthy. I'm so proud of the way that I show up for myself. And right now, your brain is like, what? Are you kidding me? That is not the case. We just had a bunch of Twinkies earlier. I am not taking good care of myself. What are you talking about? When you want to get to the other side of I'm healthy, I take great care of my body, I'm showing up for myself. And right now you're in that space of I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not taking care of myself. I should know better. I'm horrible. The bridge thoughts in between are maybe it's possible that I can become healthy. I'm learning how to become healthier. I'm becoming someone who takes better care of my body. You're just opening up the door a little bit. You're not trying to bust the door open and convince your brain of something it doesn't believe. It's just one tiny step in the direction you want to go. This is the power of possibility. It could also be maybe my body is better than I think it is. I love maybe because it kind of tricks my brain. I'm not willing to commit to this yet, but I'm willing to consider the idea. Maybe this is possible for me. Maybe I can do it. I also really like the bridge thought, I'm open to the idea that. That opens that door a little bit of the way to create possibility for you. When you start to live in that possibility space, that's when the action starts to happen and your momentum starts to build. That's when you start looking for evidence that corroborates your possibility beliefs. And that's when you start to get to the third stage, which is inevitability. Belief in yourself, that idea that I am super healthy and I take great care of my body. My relationships are fantastic and super deep, and I can't wait to meet more people. I am capable of making great money and being a highly sensitive person at the same time. That belief that it's inevitable comes when you practice possibility enough that it starts to sink in, that it becomes aligned, that it becomes part of who you are and it's integrated. It becomes in integrity for you. That you believe in possibility so much, it's just who you are. This is the key. This is actually what I do with my clients. What you think is the problem is not the problem. This is not about taking more action. This is not about learning the perfect method or reading the right book or listening to the right podcast, because all of those things are valuable. They are all contributing to your growth and your development, but none of them are going to be the perfect right answer for you because only you know what the perfect right answer is and what the perfect combination is. When you open yourself to the possibility that you already have the answers, or that you already have enough information, or that you know what your next step is and who you need to talk to next, that's when you start taking the action. You get out of that freeze and avoidance response and you start getting the results that you want. Recently, I decided I want to make $1,000 in a week. I don't know where it's coming from, but I trust that the universe is going to bring me $1,000 in revenue. It feels really scary to talk about money on a podcast, but I can't wait to be down the road in the future and talking about how I regularly make more money, and I love helping people, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. So I'm going to be vulnerable and tell you about this experience now, because this is the kind of experience that builds evidence for me so that I can continue to grow in the direction I want to go. I decided that it was possible I could make $1,000 in a week. I have done this before, but I haven't done it consistently. I decided to funnel my focus into the possibility that I could make $1,000 in revenue from my coaching business in a week. Now, because I opened up the possibility, I was able to do it in 2 weeks. I had people buying smaller coaching packages or doing payment plans. I've been offering vision sessions my last few podcast episodes and newsletters, which I will mention at the end of the episode. So between all of these things, I pulled in $1,000 in 2 weeks when I started working on possibility. Now, my next part is, okay, if I could do it in 2 weeks, how can I do it in 10 days? How could I do it in 7 days? How can I keep working forward so that I can meet my goal of making $1,000 in a week by my belief, by my possibility? This is not just believing that something is possible and then it manifests because you're entitled to it. This is putting yourself in the space where you're aligned between your head, your heart, and your spirit so that you can go take action that helps create the result. You're meeting the universe or God or spirit or whatever your spiritual beliefs are. You're meeting it halfway because it wants to bring you the thing that you want. When you're in possibility, you align with the energy you want to create in the universe, and then you go take practical action. You go do the thing that's scaring you, or you go try things and figure out what works and what doesn't work and improve along the way. Part of self-development is taking the action, but it's not just taking the action. It's also planning, and part of planning is working on your possibility and your belief. Obviously, I am very fired up about this. I have this beautiful notebook I will show you. If you are watching this on YouTube or if you are on Spotify, I think Apple Podcasts might have video as well. But if you can see this, I will also have a picture on the blog. I have this beautiful notebook. It says She is Magic Manifestations. It's blue, it's gold, it's totally my business colors. I love it. I wrote an entire page before this podcast that it's possible for me to make $1,000 this week. It's possible that someone out there is just waiting for me to share this information. It's possible that you needed to hear this today. And so I show up with this energy. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can tell the difference today between what I'm sharing with you today and what I have shared with you in previous podcasts. I knew that what I was sharing was valuable, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that you needed to hear it today. So I showed up with that energy. It's not about the actions. It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you have to do anything special in order to get the result that you want. It's that you have to believe in yourself first, and then the how will become evident to you. Now, if this is something that appeals to you and you're like, yeah, great stuff, but I have no idea how to do this, I can help you. I am an expert at this. I am a highly sensitive person just like you, and I'm a coach who also trains coaches. I know how to help you get into the space of belief because I'm doing it with myself. I'm getting coached on it myself. I'm coaching my clients on it, and I help my mentees with it too. Your belief or your lack of belief is what is creating the results in your life because you're not taking the action from an aligned place, or you're not taking the action at all. If this appeals to you and you are curious about this and you want to learn more, go to stephanielynn.com and book a call. The button is all over my website. It is very simple. All you have to do is book the call. It's totally free. It's a conversation where all you have to do is show up, answer questions, and I will help you create clarity and figure out what beliefs you need so that you can create the results that you want. It's never about the actions. It's about your belief, and it's about being aligned with who you want to be before you take the actions. And then you can make decisions easily. You can build deep connections. You can create the results, and they come from wild places. I have had clients come from totally out of the way places I didn't expect because I was creating value and just putting it out into the world in an unattached way, knowing that someone needs to hear this and it will come back to me when it's meant to come back to me and in the way that it's meant to. And I have fantastic clients. I love working with sensitive and highly sensitive people, and this really works. So go to stephanielynn.com, book your call, and let's have a conversation. It's an hour of your time, and if it feels like a good fit, I will invite you to work with me. You don't have to work with me. There are plenty of great people out there who can help you do what you need to do and what you want to do, but I have the expertise and I can help you, and I would love to help you. So go to stephanielynn.com and book the call. In addition, if you would like to decide what you want for the coming year and into the future, and you've had trouble with this before, get one of my vision sessions. You can go to stephanielynn.com. It's under my packages and services button, but you can also just go to stephanielynn.com/vision and you can book the call and I will send you the invoice for the call. This is a really powerful session if you have kind of a vague idea of what you want, but you really want to get crystal clear and pick a direction. This is particularly good for you if you are one of those people who wants to do all the things all the time, and that paralyzes you and you end up doing none of the things most of the time. This is a great opportunity for you to just have a casual conversation with someone who also knows how your brain works, who can help you sort through your highly sensitive thoughts and your big emotions and help you really choose the things that you want for your life so that you have a clear direction. It's not rigid. You don't have to pick a goal. You don't have to create a step-by-step plan and then follow it exactly or everything is going to go wrong. This is a flexible dream that you create for yourself and a flexible direction that you're heading towards for the rest of your year and moving forward. This can even be a short-term thing too. I had a couple vision sessions where people wanted to do a 3-month vision or a 6-month vision, and that worked really well as well. So if this interests you, this might be a great way to get a little bit of a taste of what my coaching is like and to figure out what you want. And if you figure out what you want and you want support with that, I can help you with that as well. Go to stephanielynn.com/vision. Again, all of that information will be in the show notes, but you can find all of those details and those 2 options to book a consultation call or get a vision session on my website. To recap, there are 3 stages of belief. Impossibility, when you're very caught up in how to do things and the drama of it and not really believing it's possible. Possibility, when you crack open that door, you start to cross that bridge to the other side where you create the results you want. And then inevitability, when you truly believe and you become the person who takes the action that creates the results that you want. I hope that this episode was helpful for you. I started to get results when I really believed these things, and I can help you do the same. Thank you for watching and for listening. Please feel free to subscribe, leave a comment. That really does help other highly sensitive people find this podcast and this YouTube channel. See you next week. Thanks for listening. If you're ready to take what you learned today to the next level, head over to stephanielynn, that's LINN.com, and book a consultation call to get started. I can't wait to see you there, my dear HSP.